Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper May, June 2012, paper 1-2 of Math O-Level. Okay, so let's move on to question number 1. So here we have part A, express 72% as a fraction in its lowest form. So we know that 72% is equal to 72 divided by 100. So now we need to simplify this. So let's divide by 2, because both are even numbers. We can divide by 2. We have 50, and here we have 36. Divide by 2 again, we have 25, we have 18. So that will be my answer for part A, 18 over 25. Moving on to part B, write down two fractions that are equivalent to 0.4. So 0.4 is what? So it's pretty easy. We know that we have the number 4, so we write 4 here, and it has one decimal place, so that will be 10. So one of the answers will be 4 over 10. So now we can simplify this. Divide by 2, we have 5. Divide by 2, we have 2. So 2 over 5 will be the other fraction. Moving on to part 2. The temperature in a freezer is minus 18 degrees Celsius. The outside temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. Okay. Part A, find the difference between the outside temperature and the freezer temperature. So outside minus freezer, that will be 24 minus 18. So minus become plus. So 24 plus 18, that is 42. So your answer is 42 degrees Celsius for part A. Part B, the temperature in a fridge is 22 degrees warmer than the freezer temperature. Find the temperature in a fridge. So what is freezer temperature? It is minus 18. So if it is warmer, we need to add this much. So what is minus 18 add 22? It is the same as 22 minus 18. So that will be 4 degrees Celsius. So the temperature in the fridge will be 4 degrees Celsius. And that is question number 2. Question number 3. On the grid below, draw a quadrilateral with no rotational symmetry and just one line of symmetry. So what shape do you know that has no rotational symmetry and just one line, which is a quadrilateral? So from experience, from practice, you will know that this shape will be, as you can see, that will be a kite. A kite has these two sides alike and these two sides alike, and only one line of symmetry in the middle. So here we have to draw a kite to answer this question, part A. So let's draw the line of symmetry in the middle first. So we have a line of symmetry here. So here we go. And then draw the sides of the kite. So that's my midpoint to here, for example, and this one will be here. That's my first two lines, which are equal from the kite, this and this. And then for the bottom two part, it needs to be longer, so I will put here, for example. So we join these two to form the shape of a kite. So a kite has no line, no rotational symmetry, and just one line of symmetry, which is right here. Okay. So now part B, complete this description. A parallelogram has rotational symmetry of order. So this will be 2 and 0 lines of symmetry. So what is a parallelogram? It is a shape which looks like that. So if you observe, it has no line of symmetry whatsoever, right? No line. And then if you rotate this by 180, it will be back to its same shape. So that's why we say it has rotational symmetry of order 2 and 0 line of symmetry, because if you draw a straight line here, it is not equal. If you draw a straight line here, it is not equal. No here and no here. So no line of symmetry and rotational symmetry of order 2. That is question number 3. So now moving on to question number 4. A bag contains red and blue counters. So this one is red and this one is blue. There are 24 blue counters in the back. So blue, so we know that we have blue which equal to 24 counters. How many red counters are there? So this is pretty easy. So we are given that 8 shares equal to 24, which is blue. Now find the value of red, which is 3 shares. So how many is 3 shares? 3 shares will be 24 divided by 8 times 3. Let's simplify. We have 1, 3, 9. So 9 are red. So now moving on to part B. We have Amy and Ben share $360 in the ratio of 3 to 2. That's for Amy and that's for Ben. How much is Ben shares? Ben shares is only 2 and total share is 5. So we do 2 over 5 times 360. We simplify. 5, 1. That will be 7, 1, 2. So your answer will be 144. That was part B and question number 4. Question number 5, we have y is inversely proportional to the square of x. So y is inversely proportional to the square of x. So inversely means 1 over something, which is inversely, and square of x is just x squared. So this gives us y equal to k divided by x squared. K is just a constant of proportionality. So you can put any constant if you want. So you can put a, b, c, d, but I choose k here. So now we have to use this information to find the value of k. So given that y equal to 2 when x equal to 6. So y equal to 2 when x equal to 6. So what is the value of k? K will be, we have to bring x here. So y will be 2 times 6 square. So 2 times 36 will be 72. So value of k is 72. So our new equation becomes y equal to 72 divided by x squared. Now find the value of y when x equal to 2. So y equal to 72 divided by x equal to 2, that will be 2 squared. 72 divided by 4, what do we have? So 1, that will be 1, and remaining 3, that will be 8. Y will be equal to 18 when x equal to 2. So your answer for part 5 is y is 18. So now moving on to part 6. A circle of diameter 6 cm is cut from a square of side 8. As you can see, this is a square, so a square is 8, 8, 8, if that makes sense. Find an expression in the form of a minus b pi for the shaded area. So how do you find this area? So by observation, we see that this area is actually the area of the square minus the area of the circle. It will give us this area. So area of square is pretty easy. It is length times width, so which is 8 times 8 will be 64. Now find the area of circle. So area of circle, we use a formula actually. It is pi r square. So given the diameter is 6, the radius will be 6 divided by 2, which will be 3. So in this case, it will be pi 3 square. So 9 pi is the area of circle. So now, if you want to find the area of the shaded region, we have to do area of square, which is 64 minus 9 pi to find this area. So here you go. It is in the form of a minus b pi. So your answer is good. So answer part 6 will be 64 minus 9 pi centimeter square. And that is for question number 6. Question number 7, part A. Solve x plus 2 over 3 less equal to 2. So we have to solve this inequality to find the value of x. So the first thing we do is we cross multiply. So here we have x plus 2 less equal to 6. So we send this over here. We have x less than 6 minus 2. So x is less equal to 4. So the answer for part A is this. Pretty easy. Now for part B. write down all the integers that satisfy this inequality. So we need to find y in terms we need to get rid of 3 and 4. So here we have plus 3, less minus 3 everywhere. So minus 1 minus 3 less equal to. So 4y plus 3 minus 3 will be 0, and 11 minus 3. So if we simplify this, what do we have? We have minus 4 less equal to 4y less 11 minus 3 will be 8. So now we have to get rid of 4. We have to divide by 4 everywhere. So this becomes minus 1 y less than 2. So now let's draw a timeline, a line basically, to find the value of y. So y is between minus 1 and 2. So minus 1 we have 0, we have 1. But as you can see here, it is not equal to 2, equal to 1, right? So your answer will be this, 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 but not this. So we have only 3 answers here. It will be minus 1, 0, and 1. That will be your answer for part B. So now moving on to part 8. The length of a rectangle rug is given as 0.9 meters, correct to the nearest 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters, let's write this down. So how much is 10 centimeter in meters? Let's find that out, right? So we know that 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So 10 centimeter will be how much? Be 1 divided by 100 times 10. That will be 0.1 meter. So correct to the nearest 0.1 meter for this part. And the width of the rug is given as 0.6 meters. Correct to the nearest 10 centimeters again. So same thing, correct to the nearest 0.1 meters. Okay. So part A, write down the upper bound in meters of the length of the rug. So what is the length of the rug? It is 0.9. So upper and lower bound we have to do plus, minus. We have to use the nearest, so this 0.1 divided by 2. So upper bound will be 0.95, lower bound will be 0.85. So write down the upper bound, it will be 0.95 meters. So now part B, find the lower bound in meters of the perimeter of the rug. Perimeter is the distance around the rug. Since it is a rectangle, let's draw a drawing so we know where it is. Okay. So we have the length, we have to find the lower bound. So lower bound on the length will be 0.85, 0.85. How about the width? The width is 0.6 plus minus 0.1 divided by 2. Upper and lower bound we have 0.65 and 0.55. So lower bound will be 0.55, 0.55. Okay, so let's find the perimeter. We have to add everything up together. So 0.85 plus 0.85, how much is that? Let's do it one by one. So 5 plus 5 is 10, it goes here. And then here will be 8 plus 8 will be 16, 17. So 1.70. How about these two? 0.55 plus 0.55. 5 plus 5 is 10. Goes here, 11. So it becomes 1.10. So now we add those two together to find the perimeter of this rectangle. 0, 8, and 2. So the answer will be 2.80 meters for part B of question number 8. Question number 9, part A. Evaluate 2 over 5 plus 3 over 8. So here we have addition of fractions. So the first thing we notice is that the base are different. So when we have a different base, we do LCM. So we just multiply them together, 5 times 8 to have a new base. And then we cross multiply, we have 2 times 8 plus 3 times 5. So 2 times 8 will be 16 plus 3 times 5 will be 15 divided by 5 times 8 will be 40. 16 plus 15 will be 31 and over 40, and this will be your answer for part A, 31 over So now for part B, evaluate this fraction. It is a multiplication, giving your answer as a mixed number in its lowest term. So let's expand those two. What is 1, 2, 3? So that will become 1 times 3 will be 3. 3 plus 2 will be 5. So that will become 5 over 3 times. This will become 2 times 4 will be 8 plus 1 will be 9. So 9 over 4. So 5 times 9 will be 45. And 3 times 4 will be 12. So we can first simplify this. Divide by 3. We have 15, and that will be 4. So 15 over 4, and we have to as a mixed number. So here, how many times 4 we have in 15? So we know we have 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 times 3. So 3 out, and what is remaining? 15 minus 12 will be 3 is remaining. So 3 over 4. So your answer for part B will be 3 over 4. Moving on to part 10, evaluate 6 times 3 plus 8 divided by 2. So here we have to use the rule of BODMAS, which means we have to first do division, multiplication, and then addition. So first do this one. Here we have 8 divided by 2 will be 4. 6 times 3 will be 18. So 18 plus 4, that will be 22. So your answer is 22 for part A. For part B, by writing each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of this fraction. So how do you write these numbers correct to one significant figure? So here we have 1, 2, 3 numbers. So 192, 91 over 9, 05, 8, 3. So to one significant figure, we leave the first one alone. We ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. If the answer is yes, we add 1 to the first number. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and then we convert the rest to 0. So same thing here as well. So leave the first one alone. We ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. If the answer is no, then we leave the first one alone and convert the rest to 0. And here same thing. We leave the first number alone. We ask ourselves if this one is bigger or equal to 5. If it is, we add 1 to the first number. So it becomes 0.6, and then everything will be changed to 0. So now we have to replace this back in the fraction to find the estimate of this calculation. So this will be 20 times 9 divided by 0.60. So let's divide by 3. We have 3. 0.2. Divide by 2, we have 0.1. And that will be 10. So 30 over 0.1. So if you move one decimal place, we have to add 1 0. So this will become 300. Answer for part B will be 300 as an estimate value of this fraction. Question number 11, we have C equal to B bracket A minus B over A. So find the value of C when A equal to 4 and B equal to minus 2. So we just have to replace the values of A and B in the equation to find the value of C. So C equal to B is minus 2, A is 4, minus 2, divided by 4. That will be minus 2. 4 minus 2 is 6, divided by 4. So expand, we have minus 12 divided by 4. That will become minus 3. So your answer for part A will be C equal to minus 3. So now rearrange the formula to make A subject of formula. So we have C equal to B A minus B over A. So the first thing we do when we have equal sign and a fraction on both sides, we cross multiply. So C times A will be CA equal to, we expand the bracket, we have BA minus B squared. So now let's group the A's together. So here we have CA minus BA equal to minus B squared. So let's factorize the A outside. We have A will be C minus B equal to minus B squared. So A will be minus B squared divided by C minus B. And that is your answer for part B. That was question number 11. Question number 12, we have the value of m, which is this vector column, and n, which is this vector column. Part A, calculate m minus 2n. So m will be 3 minus 2 minus 2n will be minus 1, 4. So now let's simplify. This remains the same for now. So minus, let's bring the 2 inside. So 2 times minus 1 will be minus 2. 2 times 4 will be 8. So 3 minus minus 2 will be 3 plus 2 will be 5. Minus 2 minus 8 will be minus 10. So your answer for part A will be 5 minus 10. So now moving on to part B. Given that s times m plus 3n equal to 12t, find the value of s and t. So the first thing we need to do is to replace m and n by those vectors that are given to us. So s times m, which is 3 minus 2, plus 3n, which is minus 1, 4, equal to 12t. So that's the equation we are given here. So now we just need to simplify. Here we have 3s minus 2s plus minus 3 and 12 equal to 12t. So in the first line, now what do we have? First line, we have 3s minus 3 equal to 12. So from this we can find the value of s. So this will give us 3s is equal to 12 plus 3. So s is equal to 15 divided by 3, which is 5. So that's the first value. And then we have to use this one to find the value of t. So below we have minus 2s plus 12 equal to t. So we know the value of s is 5. So minus 2 times 5 plus 12 is t. So t is equal to minus 10 plus 12, which is 2. So answer will be s is equal to 5 and t is equal to 2. And that is question number 12. Question number 13. The diagram shows two triangles. So we have A and B. Okay. Question number 1. Write down the vector that represents the translation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So triangle A was mapped onto triangle B, so we moved by translation. So how do we find the vector? It's pretty easy. So we have, let's say we have this point here. So this point moved to this point. So how can we move from this point to this point? We have to first move 1, 2 to the right and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So the vector will be 2 to the right and 4 down. Down is minus, right is positive, so plus. Plus 2 minus 4 will be the translation vector. Okay. So part B, the triangle C is an enlargement of triangle A with center 5, 3 and scale factor 3. So let's first find where is the center. 5, 3 is the center. Center will be 5, 3. Center is here. Okay. Now we have to find the triangle C. It has a scale factor of 3 for the enlargement. So let's do that. So first thing I like to do is I like to label the sides of triangle A. So let's call this one A, B, and C. So the first question I ask myself is, let me find some space. Let me write this here. So first one, let's find the image of point A, right? So from the center, how do I move to point A? We have to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So the column vector that represents this move is 3 to the left and 2 to the bottom. That's the move. That's how I move from the center to point A. So now we have a scale factor of 3, right? So we have to multiply this by 3. What do you get? So minus 3 times 3 will be minus 9. Minus 2 times 3 will be minus 6. So the image of A will be at this point from the center here. So let's find the point of A dash. It will be minus 9 minus 6. So let's do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the point A dash. So now, let's do the same thing for the other points. How about the point image of B? So we have to move 1, 2, and 1, 2. So you have minus 2, minus 2. Now we have to times 3 because of the scale factor of 3. So minus 2 times 3 will be minus 6, minus 6. So same thing. From this center is minus 6, minus 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And the last point will be the point C. So let's find the image of C. So how do we move from center to C? We have to move 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So it becomes minus 3, 0, times 3, which is a scale factor. That becomes minus 9, 0. So where is minus 9? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the point C dash. So image of C. That's the image of A and image of B. So now we have to join the points together to label the triangle C. So that's it. This one joined to this one. And the last line will be this one. Okay, this one is triangle C. And that is for question number 13. Question 14. A is a point 0, 4. B is a point minus 6, 1. A. M is a midpoint of line AB. Find the coordinates of M. So M is a midpoint of AB. So how do we find midpoint? Is using a formula. So midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Then we have y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So here x1 is what? Is 0. x2 is minus 6. So 0 minus 6 divided by 2. And y1, y2 will be 4 plus 1, which is 5 divided by 2. So minus 6 divided by 2 will be minus 3. And that will be 5 over 2. So the midpoint M is minus 3, 5 over 2. So moving to part B, find the equation of the line AB. So to find the equation of the line, we need to find the gradient. How do you find the gradient? You have to use the equation, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So we have the points A and B. So y2 is 1 minus 4, which is y1, divided by minus 6, which is x2, minus x1, which is 0. This will become 1 minus 3 will be minus 3. Sorry, 1 minus 4 will be minus 3, divided by minus 6. That will give me half. So we have the gradient. So now we have to find the equation. So let's take one point from above. For example, I'll take the point 0, 4. We know this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. So the equation of a line will be y minus 4 divided by x minus 0 will be equal to 1 over 2. So now we cross multiply, we will have 2y minus 8 equal to x. So 2y equal to x plus 8. So this is the equation of the line. 2y equal to x plus 8. You can also make y the subject of formula. So you can do y equal to half x plus 4. So both answers are good, but sometimes this one is preferred because it is in the form of mx plus c. So yeah, you can choose if you want to put this one. It is also good. Okay, so now moving on to question number 15. We have ABCD is a rectangle with AC as square root of 65. So we have a right angle here as well. It's a rectangle, so the angles are right angled. Find the area of A, B, C, D. So how do you find the area of rectangle? It is usually length times width. So we have to find the length of DC. So as you can see, we have to find, let's call it X. We have to use Pythagoras Theorem to find this length. So what is Pythagoras Theorem? So we know that 4 square plus x square equal to 65, square root of 65 square, which is 16 plus x square equal to 65. So x square equal to 65 minus 16, and what is that? So 65 minus 16, that will be, we have 5 here, we have 10, so that will be 9, 49. So 49, so the value of x will be square root of 49, that will be 7. So which means this length here is 7. So how do you find the area of A, B, C, D? 4 times 7, so 4 times 7, that will be 28. And this is your answer for part 15, 28 centimeters square. Question number 16. The diagram shows parts of two identical regular 12-sided, so it has 12 sides, so n is 12 polygons. Part A, calculate angle ABC. ABC, we have to find this interior angle of the polygon. So how do you find this? So it's pretty easy. You have to use a formula to find the sum of all the angles and divide by 12 because it is regular sided to find the size of one of the angle. So let's do that. So first thing, what is the sum of all the angles? It will be n minus 2 times 180. So simplify, 12 minus 2 times 180, that will be 1800. That's the sum of all the angles in this polygon. So now what is the sum of one of the interior angle? So which is also angle ABC, is equal to 1800 divided by 12. So divide by, let's do divide by 3, we have 4. We have 600, so for now we have 600 divided by 4. Divided by 4 we have 1, so we have 150. So the size of the angle inside will be 150. So your answer for part A will be angle 150 degrees. Part B, a different regular shape will fit exactly into the space at B. Name this shape. So here you can see we have a space at B here. So what shape can fit into here? As you can see, normally I would say it can be two of those. One can be a kite or one can be a triangle. So easiest option will be a triangle. And that is question number 16. Question number 17. A carton contains 2.5 liters of juice. So 2.5 liters of juice. So now we have Carlos drinks 650 milliliters of this juice. How much juice is left in the carton? Give your answers in liters. So we can first convert this to milliliters. So we know that 1 liter is 1000 milliliter. So 2.5 liters will be 2500 milliliters. So he drinks 650. So 2500 minus 650. What do you have? 4. So 10, right? 10. So 0, 0, 10, 5. So 24 minus 6 will be 18. So this much is remaining in the carton. So your answer needs to be in liters. We have to divide by 1000. So that would move 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. It will be 1.85 liters. Answer for part A will be 1.85 liters. Moving on to part B. The time in Chennai is 4 hours and a half ahead of the time in London. Okay. What time is it in London when it is this time in Chennai? So if the time in Chennai is ahead, the London time will be behind. So we have to do 1 4 4, 5, minus 4 hours, half will be 30 minutes. So 5, 1, 10. So time in London will be 10:15. So that will be AM. Okay. So now moving on to part 2. A flight leaves London at 13:25. Okay, leaves London at 13:25. It arrives in Chennai at 04 in the morning local time the next day. Work out in hours and minutes the length of the flight. So that was time in Chennai. So what time did it land in London, for example? So we have to go back 4 hours. So how do you do this? So this will be Chennai time. It came at 4 hours in the morning. So we have to go back by 4 hours and 30 minutes to have the time in London at the time of arrival, right? So if you go back by 4 hours, so 4 hours will be midnight minus 30. That will be at 11:30 p.m. So that's the time it arrived in Chennai for London time. So we have to find the length of the flight will have to be this minus this. So 11:30 will be 23:30 minus 13:25. That will be 2, which is 5, 0, and then that will be 10. So your answer will be 10 hours and 5 minutes. That is question number 17. Question number 18. Find the value of square root of 121. So usually we don't know what it is, but what do we know? We know that square root of 100 is equal to 10, which is 10, this is equal to 10 times 10. We know before this we have 81, which is 9 times 9. So what is after this? Let's try it, right? What is 11 times 11? It will be 121. So in this case, this will be 11. So for this one, square root of minus 27. So we do know that 27 is equal to 3 cubed. So if you want to have negative here, you will need to have minus 3 power 3 if you want to have minus 27. So now we have cube root is just power of 1/3. So if you bring this in, we will have minus 3 power 1. It will be minus 3. Your answer will be minus 3 for this part. Part B. Write the following numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. Okay, so let's simplify those numbers. So we know 4 power 0 is 1, 3 power 2 is 9, 5 power 3 will be 8, and 5 power minus 1 will be 1/5, which is 0.2. Right. So this will be 0.2. So which one is the smallest here? It will be this one, which is 5 power minus 1. And then we have 4 power 0. Then we have 2 power 3. And last one, 3 power 2. So now we have to evaluate this number. What is 16? 16 is 4 power 2. So now let's replace this back in the fraction. 4 power 2 power 3/2. So we bring this in, we have 4 power 2 times 3/2. Cut, we have 4 power 3. This will be 4 times 4 times 4, which is 16 times 4 will be 64. 64 is your answer for part C. So that is question number 18. Question number 19, part A. We have a function f of x equal to x cubed minus 4. Find part A, f of minus 2. So replace the value of x by minus 2. So f of minus 2 will be minus 2 power 3 minus 4. That will be minus 8 minus 4 will be minus 12. So part A will be minus 12. How about this one? Find the f inverse. So first step, we have to let y equal to the function, which is x cubed minus 4. So make x the subject of formula, so we have to do x cubed equal to y plus 4, and then x will become cube root of y plus 4. So since we have x as subject, we know the value of this already, which is cube root of, we have to replace the value of y by x, so x plus 4 is your answer for part 2. So for part B, we have g of y, which is a function of g is y squared minus 3y plus 1. Write down and simplify the expression for this, which means we have to replace the value of y by a minus 2. So let's do that. So a minus 2 squared minus 3y plus 1. So that will become a squared minus 4a plus 2 minus 3y plus 1. Okay, so y, I forgot to replace that in actually, so we'll have to do that again. So what is 3y? 3y will be a minus 2, which is 3a minus 6. Okay, so we have a squared minus 4a plus 2 minus 3y, which is 3a minus 6 plus 1. Let's expand this now. A squared minus 4a plus 2 minus 3a plus 6 plus 1. So here we have a squared by itself. So we have minus 4a minus 3a, that will become minus 7a. And then we have 2 plus 6 plus 1, that will be plus what? Let's find out. That will become plus 9. And that is your answer for this one, which is a squared minus 7a plus 9. And that is question number 19. Question 20. The table below shows the populations of some countries in 2010. So country, we have Indonesia, Mexico, Russia, Senegal, South Korea. These are the population of those countries. Part A. The population of Mexico is this much. In the table above, complete the row for Mexico. Give your answer in standard form, correct to 2 significant figures. So we have to first change this to 2 significant figures. So we leave the first 2 alone. We ask ourselves if this number is bigger or equal to 5. If it is no, we change everything to 0. So this will become 1, 1, and then everything else will be 0. 1, 2, 3. So now express this as in standard form. So we have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it becomes 1.1 times 10 power 8. That will be the answer for Mexico. Part B. Complete the following sentences. The population of Russia is 10 times the population of, as you can see, Russia is 1.4 10 power 8. What is 10 times less? Senegal, which is 1.4 times 10 power 7. So answer here will be Senegal has population 10 times less than Russia. Now we have the population of which country is 1/5 of the population of Indonesia. Indonesia here will be 2.4 times 10 power 8. So what is 1/5 times 2.4? Let's find out. So we have 1, that will be 0, that will be 0.4, and then we have 0, that will be 8. So 0.8 times 10 power 8. So in standard form, that will be 4.8 times 10 power 7. So where do we have this? So here, South Korea is this, so which means it is 1/5 of Indonesia. So population of South Korea is 1/5 of Indonesia. Last part, calculate the difference in population between South Korea and Senegal. Give your answer in standard form. So South Korea here on the table, you can see it is 4.8 times 10 power 7, and Senegal is 1.4 times 10 power 7. So this one's pretty easy. So we have 4.8 times 10 power 7 minus 1.4 times 10 power 7. So now, if the power are the same, that's good. We can just take this minus this. So what is 4.8 minus 1.4? That will be 4 and 3. So we will have 3.4 times 10 power 7. This will be your answer for part C. 3.4 times 10 power 7. Okay, and that is question number 20. Question number 21. In class A, there are 10 boys and 15 girls. So class A, 10 boys and 15 girls. Let's write this down. 10 boys and 15 girls. In class B, there are 20 boys and 10 girls. So 20 boys and 10 girls. One student is picked from each class at random. Okay. Complete the tree diagram to show the probabilities of the possible outcomes. So in class A, what are the chances I pick a boy? It will be 10 over 25. And a girl will be 15 over 25. And for class B, boy will be 20 over 30. Girl will be 10 over 30. And same thing here as well. Boy will be 20 over 30 and 10 over 30. Well, you can always simplify those, but you don't need to, and that's okay. So part B, find the probability that one student is a boy and one is a girl. Okay, so it can be boy and girl, or it can be girl and boy. Let's find the first one. What is boy and girl? Boy and girl will be boy and girl, so 10 over 25 and times 10 over 30. So 10 over 25 times 10 over 30 for the first option, or we have to plus girl and boy, so girl will be 15 over 25 and boy 20 over 30. Okay, so we have to simplify and find the answer for this one. So we have 0 here, let's cut that. 0, let's cut that. And let's do this for now. So we have 10 times 1 will be 10 over 75 plus 15 times 2 will be 30 divided by 75. So 10 plus 30, that will be 40 over 75. So your answer will be this, but you have to express in lowest term. Divide by 5, we have 8. 5 we have, what do we have here? 1, 5. So 8 over 15 is your answer for part B. Question number 22. The diagram below shows the first 3 patterns of a sequence. 1, 2, 3, right? Part A. Complete the table. So 1 is given to us, 2 is given to us. What is 3? So let's count. 3 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11. So we observe that every time it is increasing by 3. So 3 here as well. So plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So plus 3, that will be 14. Plus 3, that will be 17. So that is part A. Moving on to part B, find an expression in terms of n for the number of dots in pattern n. So how do you find this? So we first observe that the difference between every term is 3. So we write down 3n just for now. So what do we know? We know something for sure is that the term number 1 is equal to 5. So term number 1 is where n equal to 1. So let's replace that in here. So 3, 1, that will be equal to 3. As you can see, 3 and 5 are not the same, so we have to change something here to get 5. So by how much we need to change 3 to get 5? We need to add 2 to be able to get 5, which means we need to add 2 to this to get the nth term. So your answer for part B will be 3n plus 2. So part C, in this sequence, pattern P has 83 dots. So we don't know which one it is, so which means that T of P have 83 dots. Find the value of P. So we need to use this answer here to find the value of P. So which means P will be 3P plus 2 equal to 83. So 3P will be equal to 81. P equal to 81 divided by 3. That will be what? 1. That will become 2, 2, 7. So 27 will be the value of P. And that is question number 22. Question number 23. The table summarizes the times in minutes taken by a group of people to complete the quiz. So we have the time, the group, the class width, the time taken. We have the frequency of those classes. Part 1. On the grid, draw a frequency polygon to represent this information. So the first thing we need to do is to find the midpoint of those class. So midpoint here will be 2, 6, 10, 14, and here will be 18. So how do you find this? You just have to add those two and divide by 2. Add those two, divide by 2. So this will be the time, that will be the x-axis, and frequency will be the y-axis. So the first point we have is 2, 4. So let's label that first. So here we have 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The first point is 2, 4. So 2, 4 will be here. 6, 8. So 6, 8 will be here. 10, 7. So 10, 7 will be here. And we have 14, which is 4. 14 will be here, and 4 will be about here. And the last one will be 18, 2. So 18, 2 will be here. Okay, so now we have to join all the points together using a straight line. So let's do that here on the graph. So the first part will be this, and this, and the last one is these 2 points. Okay, so now moving on to part B. Write down the model class. The model class here, let's find the class which has the most frequency. So you can see frequency here. That's the most frequency. So the class will be this one. Answer will be class 4 less than t equal to 8. Part C. How many people took more than 8 minutes to complete the quiz? Let's find out. So here we have people taking less than 4, less than 8. So everyone here took more than 8 minutes. So 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 2 will be 13. So 13 people took more than 8 minutes. Part C. Imran says the longest time to complete the puzzle was 20 minutes. Explain why he may not be correct. So the reason why he may not be correct is because, as you can see, the last class is between 16 minutes to 20 minutes. And there's only 2 people in this group, right? So we have 17, 18, 19 till 20. So, and we have only 2 people. So it is not very likely, right? So you will write, the reason is because the longest time is in the group, effectively in the group, which group? Group 16, t less than 20. But so let's say n, and there are only 2 people which makes it not likely, right? Because as you can see, the 2% can really just be between 17, can be 18 and 19, but 20, it is possible, but it is not likely, so it may not be correct. So any plausible answer, it will be fine as well. And that is question number 23. Question number 24, the price of a television is $350. In a sale, its price is reduced by 30%. Calculate the sales price of the television. So let's find out how much is 30% of the price. That will be 0, 0, 0, 0. So what is 3 times 35? So 3 times 35, so 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 will be 10. So 105. So that's the reduction. So what is the price now? It will become 350 minus 105. So that is 4, 10, 5, 4, 2. The price will be $245 for the sales price. So now part B, the exchange rate between dollars and euros is $1 is equal to 0.8 euros. Ben changes $275 into euros. How many euros does Ben receive? Okay, so 1 is this much. How much is 275? You have to do 275 times 0.8. So 0, that will be 40. 7 times 8 will be 56, plus 4 will be 60. And 2 times 8 will be how much? 16, plus 6 will be 32. So here we have 2 decimal place, so 2 decimal place becomes here. There's a mistake here, I need to find that. It needs to be less by 20%. Oh yes, here, the mistake is here. 2 times 8 will be 16, plus 6 will be 22. So the answer will be 220 euros he will receive. So part C, Isha buys a new car. The cash price is $4,500. Now we have a credit terms. We have to deposit first of 25% of cash plus 12th monthly payment of $320. She buys the car using a credit term, so she buys the car using this one. How much more than the cash price she will pay for the car? So cash, she would have paid $4,500. That was fixed. So now she chooses this terms, so how much more he will pay. So let's find out how much she will pay for this one. So credit terms, so she first has to have a deposit of 25%, so 25% times 4,000 and this, plus 12 monthly payment of 320. So let's find this out first. That will be 0, 0, 0, 0. So 25 times 45, what do we have? 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 will be 12. 5 times 4 is 20. 2 times 8 will be 8. Sorry, 2 times 4 will be 8. 8 plus 2 will be 10. That will become 5, 2, 1, 1. So this is 1125 plus. So now what is this one? Same thing again. Let's find out. So 320 times 12. What do we have? So 0 times 2 will be 0. 2 times 2 will be 4. And 3 times 2 will be 6. 0 here. Now become 0, 2, 3. So here we have 0, 4, 8, 3. So 3, 8, 4, 0. So let's find the sum of these two. So 1125 plus 3840. We have 5 plus 0 is 5. 694. So she will pay 4,965 for this credit term. But the question is asking you how much more money she will pay. So we have to do 4965 minus 4500. So that will become 5640. So your answer for part D, for part C will become $465. She will pay more than she would if she would pay just cash. And that is question number 24. Question number 25, part A, factorize x squared plus x minus 12. So what is x squared? X squared is x times x. So we have one bracket, two bracket. So x squared is x times x. What are the factors of 12? So 12, we have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4, right? So how can we obtain plus 1x? So there's only one way. As you can see, the difference between those two numbers, only this one gave us 1. So we put 4 here, we put 3 here. So 1x will be plus 4 minus 3 to give us 1x. So that will be the factorization of part A. Plus 3. So now this one, 25x squared minus 4y squared. So we do see that this number is a square number and this number is also a square number. So 25 is actually 5 times 5, which is 5 squared. So that will become this. This is 2 times 2, which is 2 squared. So it becomes 2y squared. So now if we have subtraction of square numbers, we have to use a formula, which is 5x plus 2y and 5x minus 2y will be the factorization of these square numbers. So now we have to write as a single fraction 4 over 3p plus 1 over 6p. So we can do, as you can see, we have different bases. Well, what can we do? We can multiply them and find a new base for us. So we have 3p times 6p. Then we cross multiply, we have 4 times 6p plus 1 times 3p. Right. So 4 times 6p will be 24p plus 1 times 3p will be 3p divided by 18p squared. So 24p plus 3p will be what? 27p over 18p squared. So p cut, we have only one left. So we can divide by 3. We have 9. 3 will have 6. Divide by 3 again. We have 3. We have 2. So here we have 3 over 2p. And that is your answer for part B. 3 over 2p. So now moving on to part C. Solve the simultaneous equations. As you can see, we have those two equations. And you can solve with either elimination method or substitution method. So I always like to choose substitution. That's just a preference, but I will do it that way. So first equation we have 3x plus 5y equal to 2. So 3x equal to 2 minus 5y. X equal to 2 minus 5y divided by 3. So that's the first derivation we have for x. So now let's replace x in this equation. So 2x is 2 minus 5y over 3 minus 3y equal to 14. So here we have 3 at the bottom. It is not easy to work with that. So let's multiply 3 everywhere. So that will become 2 minus 5y minus 9y equal to 14 times 3. How much is 14 times 3? That will be 42. Expand the brackets. We have 2 times 2 will be 4 minus 10y minus 9y equal to 42. So minus 10y minus 9y will be what? Minus 19y equal to 42 minus 4, which is 38. So y becomes 38 divided by minus 19, that will be minus 2. So value of y is minus 2. So value of x will be 2 minus 5y, which is minus 2, divided by 3. So let's expand. We have 2 plus 10 divided by 3, which is 12 divided by 3, which is 4. So x is 4 and y is minus 2. And that is for question number 25.